I would like to thank the Hesperian Chamber for hosting the second Ignite event, and to thank Sam Thatt for spearheading it. I also have to blame Sam for twisting my arm to speak tonight. After this, you might want to blame Sam too. I'm an atheist, and tonight I'm talking about why, and then why I'm talking about it. Does God exist? My answer is no, because the only good evidence I have seen leads to the conclusion that the concept of God is man-made fabrication. This does not mean that I'm absolutely sure God does not exist. Like most atheists, I will believe if convincing evidence is presented, which also makes me an agnostic. These days, the terms are nearly synonymous. The term I want you to walk away with tonight, though, is evidence, a necessary component in determining what is true. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence, and religious claims are grossly lacking in this area. I also like to have reasonable faith that what I believe is true. Evidence plays a vital part in the process. My lack of belief also extends to supernatural claims, including those made by psychics, palm readers, and ghost hunters. Nothing supernatural has ever been proven. If you have proof, go see James Randi, who offers $1 million to anyone who can show evidence of anything supernatural. In the past 50 years, thousands have tried, none have succeeded. As to religious beliefs, the claim is God exists. And I ask, where is the evidence? Just look around. God created it all, is a common first response. But as astounding as the natural world is, it does not prove the supernatural. And it really doesn't matter, because a creation-only deity is not the reason there are 500,000 churches in this country. It is the belief in a personal God who loves believers, answers prayers, and grants eternal life. So I ask for evidence for this all-good, all-powerful God, and many people have referred me to the Bible, claiming to be God's perfect word, holy, and a source of morality. Here's a typical image, but please do not obey it faithfully, because if you do, you could kill your son for cursing you or sacrifice your daughter as a burnt offering. And there are hundreds of other evil verses like this in the Bible. I dismiss this book even before we get to miracles, where extraordinary evidence is required. But the Bible only offers ancient claims by anonymous authors. Did Jesus perform miracles and come back to life, or are these tall tales? It is reasonable to conclude that these stories are fiction. So I'm told I need faith, but faith is believing something without evidence, and it is not a virtue, and it is not reliable. Here are diverse religions with billions of faithful adherents. All cannot be true. All can be false. I'm not saying that those of faith are all bad. In fact, they do good things all the time, building communities, helping others, and providing a moral compass. But these are people helping people. God is not necessary or evident. Prayers can work too, at least in the sense that they give comfort. No God is required. And it is a perverse idea that there's a God who helps someone find lost keys on one hand while killing hundreds of thousands in a tsunami on the other. As to eternal life, the evidence leads to the conclusion that when someone's brain ceases to function at death, the person is gone. The idea that God will magically move brain cells somewhere where they will exist forever is fantasy. So why am I talking about atheism? Here are some unconstitutional nuggets: under God in the pledge, in God we trust on money, the 10 Commandments at a state capitol, and a prayer to Jesus at a government meeting. Then there's perverse religious thinking. Threatening children with hell is wrong. Teaching adults that Noah's Ark is a true story is wrong. And telling parents bearing a child that God wanted another little angel in heaven is obscene. But it gets worse, because the same supernatural mindset that can give comfort can lead to tragedy. Here are groups of true believers who had absolute religious faith, and because of that, committed mass suicide. I'm closing with 2 messages. First, whatever your beliefs, be honorable, a concept that includes honesty, reliability, and integrity. These are my atheist values, and I wish they were more universal. And stop believing the unbelievable. I support religious freedom, but I promote critical thinking. I believe it is up to us, flawed mortals, unaided by any magical, unproven God, to forge our own destiny and build the best society we can.